Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Road to Eurobowl Necro and High Elf version. So, first up, we have Necromantic. The game we're about to watch is Necro into High Elves, obviously. So, we're going to have a look at the builds. This is the all positional version. For me, there are obviously two different versions of this, two good versions. There are obviously unlimited versions on any of these, but two good versions. This is the all positional one. Both fleshies, both wraiths, both werewolves, both ghouls, zombies to 11, 3 rerolls. That gives you the skills to take 5 elites and 3 normals, which is 8 skills, which is obviously enough for your 8 positionals. Where you put those skills and what they are can change, but in my opinion, guard on the fleshies is undeniable, and guard on the one of the wraiths is undeniable. Block on one of the wolves is undeniable, and block on one of the ghouls is undeniable. So for me, the only differences are what do you put on the 3 normals. Tackle on a wraith because you already have block works for me. Wrestle on a wolf because it's a good sack piece, movement 8 with frenzy. So that's easy. And then leaves the ghoul. Wrestle is standard, but as you've already got a wrestle wolf, you don't have to do that. You could go lean into a 1-turn. For me, if you're going to lean into a 1-turn, you take sprint. Not sidestep, not sure feet. You take sprint. Sprint, like with the ability to use multiple rerolls in a turn. If you end up having to do a 1-turn with Necro, then sprint just makes everything easier. You've got the double wrestle. Sorry, you've got the double frenzy, but you can end up trying to dodge on the ghoul instead of using the Necro 1-turn. So the Necro 1-turn is where you use the one frenzy to push a Lino into your line, and then you blitz through the back line with the other wolf. But you might not have the access to that. You might not be able to easily do that. Or, dodging through the back line might be better. I don't think I'd bother with this. When you've got the 2 wolves, you can do the 1-turn with that. So I would probably just do what I've done here and go wrestle. I don't think there's anything particularly clever about this build. I think it's pretty bog standard. The weakness of this build is that it's 11 men, and any of these can still get removed and stay removed or get cast and not regen. 11 men is a bit of an issue, which is why it's one of the 2 builds. Unlike some of the other races, this is only one of the 2 main builds. The other main build is 1 wolf. Not 1 ghoul, 1 wolf. It gives you more money back. So this is the exact same build, but it's zombies down to 12. You swap a wolf out for a zombie. That gives you still the 3 rerolls, but it gives you more of your flow-in funds for skills. So you can do... don't think there's no skills on the ghouls. We haven't done them yet. As you can see at the top here, I've got 40 TV left. So guard still on the fleshies, guard and tackle on the race, that's the same. But then you can blodge up your wolf. I would recommend blodge. You could do block tackle and gives you an extra 10k back, and then you could have a block ghoul and a wrestle ghoul. But if you blodge up your wolf, it's just a lot safer. You can do more things. It's been proven as a good build in online tournaments played by the best players in the world. And it leaves you 40 TV, which means both of these have to be normals. That's the problem. You can't have block. They have to both be non-elites. So, you can go sure hands on a ghoul. You can go sidestep on a ghoul. You can go wrestle on a ghoul. And because you've only got 1 frenzy, you could go sprint on a ghoul. Unlike the other Necro build, because you've only got 1 frenzy here, sprint on a ghoul still allows you to do a 1-turn. A movement 8 1-turn when you've got frenzy and a load of guard is not difficult at all. And if you're going to do that, I would probably pair it with sure hands for the pickup. So lean into the fact that you can do a 1-turn. 1-turns win games. If you can maximize your chance of a 1-turn, great. But if you don't want to do that, then probably just sure hands and wrestle, sidestep and wrestle, something along those lines. Or like I said, you can go block tackle with the werewolf giving you block and wrestle. There are options here for the one wolf build. Which would I choose? I don't know. I think I'd probably choose this one under this rule set. I'd probably choose the double wolf. This to me looks better. The only thing that makes me not definitely say I'm absolutely taking this is no bench. I absolutely hate no bench, and this comes with bench. If you do take no skill on a ghoul here and take block, which gives you 30 TV, you can go block, have no skill on the other ghoul, and it will allow you to buy a zombie. I forgot about that option when I was talking about it just now. That gives you 2 bench, which is not only a lot more stable, but it allows you to start fouling if you're not taking removals, right? If you haven't taken removals, there's a few turns left in the first half. You can start fouling with 13 players. You can absolutely get sent off for a good foul on something. So there's another option available to you there. I just don't like the no bench. This one is better on the pitch, but is less stable. And normally I like to lean into stability because I will be the better coach. So, I don't know. Maybe this one. Maybe this one with block as a ghoul, a naked ghoul, and an extra zombie, extra stability might appeal to me if I was to play Necro, which I won't because I don't like playing Necro, but this might appeal to me. This might drag me away from this. And the other team in today's matchup is going to be High Elves. And there's one build for High Elves again, like the Dark Elves, I think. It doesn't mean there's only one option. It just means there's one build. Both Dragon Princes, both White Lions, a thrower, Linos down to 11, 2 rerolls, and an Apo. And then, for me, absolutely guaranteed, dodge on all 4 main positionals and leader on the thrower. That's the guaranteed part. And then that leaves you with 50 TV. So that leaves you with a stack for a non-elite skill and a non-elite skill, or an elite skill and a non-elite skill. So you could leave it like this and put dodge on a Lino and wrestle on a Lino. That works fine. That's 50 TV. Or you can put wrestle on a Lino and stack a non-elite skill on one of these players. And there are a number of options. There's strip ball that can either go on a Dragon Prince or a White Lion. There's sidestep that should go on a Dragon Prince because movement 8 sidestep is a considerably easier one turn than others. There's frenzy, which should go on a Dragon Prince, not a White Lion. You don't want wrestle frenzy. Frenzy is there to outplay people and surf things. So frenzy can go on there. There's tackle that should go on a White Lion because it synergizes with wrestle. So all of those options are viable. Not even like something leaps out at me. And you could, even on top of that, take one of those skills and then on the Lino take kick instead of wrestle for the same reason. Same reason as the Dark Elves. Same reason as any harassing elf team or harassing rat team. Kick deep, charge in. Try to immediately disrupt your opponent's play. Don't let them get the ball into a safe cage and start walking down the pitch. Kick deep, blitz, open a hole, dodge through, pile players into their backfield, and immediately just play aggressive from turn 1. So this is how I would build the High Elves. My choice, I'm not certain. Kick appeals to me because I love a kick piece. And then what I would take on this, probably Frenzy on a Dragon Prince, but that's because I'm a little bit of an ego hound and I think I can outplay people with Frenzy. Frenzy suddenly very useless when you run into like Nurgle Like, absolutely useless at that point. So, it's not like the most stable piece in the world. Whereas strip might be a lot more useful, but strip less than useful when you run into a solid human team or something that wanders up with sure hands and you haven't got anything. Whereas tackle might then be useful. All of those skills are going to be more useful in some matches and less useful in others. So it depends on what you think you're going to play the most. And you can go and find out the stats for the teams playing in this Road to Eurobowl and use that as a sort of guess for who you're going to end up, what races you're going to end up playing at Eurobowl, and pick your skills based on that. But I'm not doing that work for you. Go and do that work yourself. It's your game. So that's how I would like to see this, and that's how I would like to play this matchup, I think. So I would probably take kick on the lino, kick deep to make the ghoul go backwards, and then try and break through, because likely the two of the wraiths or whatever on the or the fleshies and like not in the way, because they're going to be like on a user an offset LOS and just try to get into their backfield immediately, because once that ghoul is in a cage surrounded by fleshies and wraiths, you probably never get into it, and you can't do a one turn against Necro. So I think I would play aggressive and in this matchup, because therefore kick would be more useful to me. So we will now watch one of these matches. So in the Road to Eurobowl, one of the matches that I've pulled out as being of incredible interest is Candlejack on a German team, one of the better German players, versus Mankiz, the best Lithuanian player. Candlejack is the Necro, and Mankiz is the High Elves. We will get rid of that. Oh, and the overtime spoiler's been on the entire time from Blood Bowl 3. I will also move my beggar bar to the fumble position, which is over there, so it doesn't block the pitch. First, we'll see what builds these guys have used themselves. So, we've got guard on both fleshies. Yep. Tackle on a wraith. Yep, he's gone for the 2 wolf build. Guard, block, wrestle, block, wrestle. So basically the first build that I showed you. This is the standard double wolf build. Only 11 men, 3 rerolls. Mankiz has gone for blodge, leader. And then he has stacked tackle on one of the lions. Like I said, that is one of the options, and it might come in handy. There are 2 dodge pieces on the other side. And dodge, and he has gone kick, which I like. So, and he's got 11 men and 2 rerolls, 3 with the leader and the Apo. And the Necro chose to kick, which is kind of interesting to me. Necro are very difficult to score against. However, if one of these zombies gets removed here, that becomes much easier. You can only protect the pitch of that so well with 10 players. What I'm seeing here is that he's not going to Daka. Daka against the Necro is difficult. Absolutely it is. But this setup absolutely is not going to be a Daka. I would probably like to see a Daka. The fleshies are slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where the fleshies are after 2 turns, and you get your high elf turn 3. So you do avoid being clawed for those 2 turns. You do avoid being based for those 2 turns. So I would probably just run backwards and Daka, and then play turn 3 to turn 8 in a long drive. But it is difficult to break through on Necro. But not impossible, because obviously we do have the fleshies who are going to be holding the sidelines. Or maybe not the sidelines. You could probably use the side steppers to do that, right? But the fleshies are going to certainly be holding one of the options. And 2 dice with claw, stunning a fleshy just takes away the defense. And you have like 2 turns to break through because the dragon princes are so fast. So it's a perfectly fine Daka. The Necro have set up in corners. This is a standard corner setup where you put a strength on the outside and back it up with other players. Guard in the middle is protecting both ghouls. So the ghouls are completely safe. It does expose a wolf. This is one of the issues. He can claw a wolf instantly. But he has to either do a rush or expose one of his own good players to come round the back and be an assist. This is not as strong a anti-blitz defense as I would like. I would like the claw to be over there, and then this guy to be 1 over here. Well, not there. So that this one can be 1 over too, and then these 2 can be there and there. That's the perfect anti-blitz defense. Don't get me wrong, this is still an A, right? The only area he's exposed is this part of the pitch. But it is exposed, so it's not an A+. It's not the best you could do. These 2 should be 1 over, and then he should be 1 over, and then an assist should be here, which is this guy, and then everyone blocks diagonally. That to me is the correct option. And the claw is on this side because the 1 in 9 on the claw takes him down. So you don't want him to be one of the first blocks. Brilliant coaching. Oh, that's rough. That is really rough for Mankiz. The High Elves, because of the money, end up with an assistant coach, which gives you like a 60-odd, 30-odd chance of winning assistant coach and getting the reroll. And the Necro won it by rolling a 6. So the Necro will get the free reroll, not the High Elves. That's pretty rough for Mankiz. That's not a good start. It's a bad omen. Oh, and talking of bad omens, having one of your LOS blocks be a dub skull, burning the reroll that you didn't get off the kickoff event into pushes after rolling pushes is a pretty terrible omen. I hope this game isn't ruined by dice. That's weird. I don't know why he went there. I guess he was worried, but like if he goes there and he gets a push here, this guy can be cleared anyway. He's worried about his claw being hit. He should have gone there probably. No, I guess it doesn't matter. It's fine where he is. So the claw hit from the back here isn't chaining anything. He isn't going to get an extra block about it, but it gives him 4 dice into his own fleshy to get the claw hit off, and then can walk off, obviously. What? Oh, he wants the extra block, so he took a... Oh, no, I don't like that. So he took a push and then rolled a 1 in 9, which he re-rolled with his free re-roll and got another push. Whereas he had a POW, so he could have clawed someone. Yeah, I don't like this at all. You blitz in here, you take the claw hit, right? It's the whole point of blitzing with claw. Now he doesn't get the claw hit. He's going to end up based as a wolf. It's worse than greed, because even if this was a POW, the wolf is going there. So the wolf is getting hit back. Which is just silly. This is just bad. This doesn't work out good at all. So this doesn't have guard. This is not the guard one. So if he goes there and someone goes here, the claw tackle can 2 dice a ghoul. Not that the claw does anything, but I'd say he's the claw tackle. Can 2 dice a ghoul. Just to save his own wolf. That makes no sense. This was a mess of a turn from Candlejack. Giving up 2 dice with tackle on a ghoul to save your wolf makes no sense at all. And if he gets the POW, he can chain this guy off into him up there, and then he doesn't have to dodge away either. It does save the wolf. I'm not hitting the wolf afterwards, because the guard is protecting him from these two. No, the prince won't hit it because the prince won't have an assist. I'm not 1 dice in a wolf. The thing is, he swapped the wolf hit for a ghoul hit. That's worse. The ghoul is armor 7. They both have regen now, but it's still worse. Very weird. Don't like it at all. He could even 1 dice the wolf and then blitz the ghoul. Keep the ball safe. 2 plus the wolf. And then 2 dice the ghoul. Could get the POW, right? Twice as likely to POW as to skull. I wouldn't. I would probably just do what I said. Put an assist in and blitz from there. The problem is, because he's tackle, if you blitz from there, the dodge away is a straight 2 plus anyway. So I think, actually, now I'm thinking about that, that might not be too bad then. Doing the 2 plus there. Yeah, it might not be bad at all. Don't like bringing the ball closer to the necro, though. Really don't like bringing the ball closer to the necro. Oh, no, we're not blitzing him. We're blocking? Oh, God. What? Oh, I hate it. Oh, yeah, I hate everything about that. Not only do I hate that that was the blitz, I hate that he's brought the ball up to the necro and then is making a cage like the necro not just going to slam into him. Just keep the ball. Just keep the ball all the way back there and use all of your players to play the game. This is not good strategy against necro. You don't want to fight, right? You don't want the ball in the fight. Why is he there instead of there? I hate it where, like, because if you blitz now, like, he's into like 1,000,000 dice. And this kind of shape just creates holes for like flesh golems and wraiths to go. Like the Fleshy can go in there and a Wraith can go in there and they're all protected by guard and they all have to dodge. This. Hmm. Okay, I don't want to lose my excitement. I picked this game on purpose because it's two good players, but I like those two turns I hated from both of them. The ball should be back and the defense should be spread. This is how you get into a ruck with Necro, and getting into a ruck with Necro is how you lose a game. Gets the KO. Oh, I don't like the placement of that guard. Why isn't it on more than one player? I would have put him there. Oops. I would have put him there. Oh, what? Why? No. This is not even pressure. You've double based a guy with dodge and then protected his players. Like, he's just going to dodge. He wasn't going to blitz you anyway. You've now wasted 3 players to force a 1 in 36. Okay, so now it's a 1 in 6 because he's put the tackle in, but you now spent your entire good team on this one dude. Oh, no. Right. So I hate... Right. Again, you can put the ball somewhere safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not him. Put the ball somewhere safe. Put someone as an assist. Take the 1 in 9. If you get a POW, you can blitz the ghoul. Why are we not trying to blitz ghouls with tackle? It doesn't matter that they've got regen. They're still the most likely player to remove from the pitch. We're blitzing. Well, I guess anyone is if you can claw it, but you can't get other good claws. You don't want to remove a zombie with claw, right? And even if you do, why are we blitzing with the block piece? Why aren't we clawing anything? We're scared of the 1 in 9? That was pretty spot on timing, Blood Bowl. I like it. I wouldn't be scared of the 1 in 9. Like, if the 1 in 9 happened, it just happens. You can't be scared of 1 in 9s. You've brought Claw. Like, you've brought a team whose agency resides in the fact that they have Claw. You can't one turn against Necro. You should be trying. He's got 11 players, no bench. You should be trying to remove players. And Claw is how you do that. Fails his dodge. Okay. Are we chaining? Are we? It looks like we're chaining, right? I don't think there's a... Is it a good chain? It might be. If you fill that gap with him, this block here pushes him to there. But the second one doesn't do anything. Because it will just push to that square. So the ghoul can hit that player, but it doesn't really expose the ball. And we just took the double down, so we weren't chaining. Okay. Oh, God, we should have chained, shouldn't we? If we'd taken the push there and chained him to there, this block pushes the fleshy to there, and then the second one after that pushes the fleshy to there, and then the fleshy can block down, putting guard on the ball, and he can just reach for 2 dice on the ball. We should have chained, right? I was trying to chain him, but really we should have chained him. I'm imagining, am I, right? That was a 3 dice block. You take a push. He goes there. And then this is 2 dice. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not. This is also 3 dice. So you take a push. That pushes the fleshy to there. And then on the second block, the fleshy goes up. And if obviously you want a POW for that one. The fleshy hasn't activated. The fleshy 2 dice blocks down and follows. Now there's guard on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 8. 9, 2 dice. We just do the 2 dice. Ghoul hasn't activated. 2 into red, I guess it would be. But the ball would be sacked there. If it goes right, you have serious options. I mean, I would take the sack on the ball here over anything else. Could go that way. But I don't think you can tag him. So it would be a 1 dice. But a 1 dice with wrestle isn't bad either. And the scatter is incredible because of the wolf collect. Yeah, I think he missed a trick there. Didn't even, I mean, when you're this close to your opponent's screen, you've got to look at chains into pushing onto the screen, right? Am I missing something? Does he get to do something else? We'll find out. No, he's just blitzing for damage. And here's where Frenzy would come in handy, right? Being able to push up a sideline. You have your own Frenzy. You can't do this. I think that's a waste of a golem, I'll be honest with you. More than a waste, even. This ball is now going to go back here. We're gonna dodge over this way. He can dodge out to claim space as well. So we're going to do-si-do back over this way. Doesn't get the POW. Slightly unfortunate. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Against Necro, you try to hold a sideline on turn 4? No. No, 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 no. Why would you do that? You're just going to get jammed in here, right? Just pushes. Hops dodge. Oh, what are you doing? What the hell? Was that a misclick? Why is he dodging that way? That seems a little weird. It's 3+ in any other direction. Okay, which he would have made. I will say that Candlejack is getting the better dice. The block dice have been bad for the high elves, but the play is all you can learn from, right? And I'm hoping that I'm pointing out what I think is some serious holes here. I don't like jamming yourself against the sideline against the ultimate sideline team. Gives this guy up to get... Oh, is that why he was doing the dodge? Did he notice that he'd given up a surf? Is that why he was trying the dodge? Because he'd noticed that? Maybe that's what happened. Maybe. Oh my god, he got fumbled. He got fumbled. Oh, Mankiz will have been pissed about that. So, fumble is dodge on auto for you, and it only asks you in this row. It doesn't ask you if you get hit in this row. I would very much like that changed. I would like dodge on permanent manual. Not all the skills, but dodge is the most important one because of one turns and surfs and other chain pushes, right? But fumble doesn't like changing anything. Got plenty of old people who don't like changing stuff. So luckily for him, he rolls double pows and doesn't re-roll it for the surf, which is quite surprising, to be honest with you. With 3 re-rolls still left, getting rid of him, surfing him, would make the defense of the drive a lot easier. No, so super fumble can just show actual fumble differently. So I believe the reason, Ord, is that the option of using your own skills, like sidestep or whatever, stops all the clocks. So until they put a time clock in, and it therefore switches back to your time clock, they decided to make as much of it automatic as possible to avoid people complaining that their game took forever because their opponent took ages to select dodge every time or whatever. I believe that's the reasoning behind it, which is perfectly reasonable reasoning, but of all the skills that shouldn't apply to, dodge is the one that matters the most. I've got full old man voice today. My throat is a nightmare. Okay, so, and as we said last turn, now the problem is that he is jammed into a sideline. Like, that is just a straight up problem, isn't it? And I don't even know what to do about it. Nice. Because of fouling or just in general? For the YouTubers, one of the next games will involve dwarves, and we'll have some dwarf lists for you. Excellent. Love me some fouling, man. I'm very worried I have become the king of fouling. So how'd you get out of this? And this is one of those problems that we always joke about when someone posts like an image in a Discord and is like, "What would you do in this like situation?" I couldn't work out a good solution. And unfortunately, as you saw in live in this game, the answer is regularly, "I would never be in this situation." Like, trying to dig yourself out of a hole is not the right time to ask for advice. The correct question is, like, they don't realize, is how do I not get into this situation that I couldn't find a solution for in the first place? So I want to see 2 turns before when you screwed up. Like, I didn't like the last turn that Mankiz played because it leads to something like this. It leads to a difficult return to get away from the sideline, to get away from the pressure. So solving this turn is unfair to people you're asking advice from, because this turn sucks. Nothing wrong with all guards. Oof. No pow cuts his movement down. Oh no, no, he. Oh God, 4 minutes. Okay, I mean that was the whistle, right? So that means it took him 4 minutes to get to here. I would base him. We want this guy based. I would base him with him. Absolutely would. Then the dodge. Then the other dodge. Then the other dodge. Then the dodges. And if you make all of that, then the dodges. Basing him with him, I don't think is worth it. I would have done the 2+, gone there, and then that gives you the option of another 2+ to bring around another player for the next turn, because you're going to need the players next turn. Basing him with him isn't good enough. He's now out of the play because he's the other side of this. Ooh, that was a 1 in 9 into self-Kaz. Oh, not just self-Kaz, he's killed himself. Wait. The Apple did he have an Apple? Has he used his Apple already? No, he's still got his Apple. He just didn't. Does he know that Apple's a 50% now? I mean, I would absolutely Apple that, even though it's only 50-50. It's one of your good players. You only have 11 men. Like, that is a huge loss. I don't care that it's 50-50. That is such a huge loss. I would Apple it. But the reasoning came from the the pressure he put himself in. He should have done this last turn, not been jammed against the sideline, and not have to do multiple 1 in 9 dodges to get out. Simple as that. Self-inflicted wounds. And look, see, that guy that I would have based him with is now stuck behind him. He has to dodge backwards and come all the way around the zombies. Whereas, and this guy just got blocked, would have been down here, ready to help a push forward. I don't know what's going on. I don't think either of these players are playing particularly well. And both of them are good players. I'll be honest with you, when I watch games like this, it is one of the few times where I do wonder if my standards are too high. But the stuff that I'm talking about doesn't seem complicated. It's not like the one turn from the Sprint Cup final or anything. To me, this is like really basic drive structure stuff. These players should be better than this at this. Candlejack is an international level player. It's Candlejack versus Mankiz. So unfortunately for you, Dembeek, I did the one turn as a members only video because people that pay me money get perks. Mankiz is the High Elves. Candlejack is the Necro. Yeah. Multiple bad things. Jammed himself into a sideline when he had the ability to come back to the center, and then to break away from the sideline, left his players like hanging, and also gave up a surf that he was lucky that Candlejack rolled double pows on. And then did an Apo when that player who didn't get surfed killed himself anyway. Not a good turns. I do think that it is a fundamental difference between the top level players and players who are just very good. The 60-odd% coaches. One of the clear fundamental differences to me is how well they play when things are difficult versus how well they play when things are not difficult. Because even against other good coaches, things are not always difficult, are they? Like, if nothing bad happens and you get reasonable dice, you just play through normally, and all the things that you do are reasonably straightforward. But if something goes wrong, you end up in a bad situation because of bad dice or a one mistake or whatever. How you play when that happens is probably one of the biggest separators of players at the top end of the game. Oh, and there's the Apo. He gets a badly hurt. Exactly, Jimmy. I was going to make a joke about that. And I was going to say, like, not really a joke, but I was going to say that, like, you could also therefore say that when people ask, who the best players are, I don't include myself because I regularly do play when I'm in the mood to I would give up if that happened. If I got diced for like 2 turns, I would just check out and play badly. Whereas the top players who don't have those kind of problems end up being better than me. Like K-Fool rarely does that. He doesn't care. So it's one of the separators of the top level players is not skill based. It's entirely like real life based. I will play games like that I don't care about, or at times when I'm only half interested in the game, and therefore when something goes wrong, I'm like, oh, bored now. If I didn't do that, I could include myself in the conversation for actual best player, but I do that. So, and I'm aware that I do that. So I don't include myself. So he's left a gate. He's left a gate dodge on here. Is the main issue, right? There's nothing blocking this. Like, so it's a pretty big issue to have left this gate dodge on, isn't it? Not a good defensive shape because it allows some twos. He can come down. He can follow him afterwards, and the ball is reasonably safe in this area. Oh, oh no! What? So he stood and he's the blitz. The wrestle ghoul is the blitz with the ball carrier. Okay, not a massive fan of this play. But he rolls a full pow, so top level Blood Bowl. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. This is still three more twos. Four more twos. Amazing. And the ball still isn't safe. One dice with wrestle is pretty good. In fact, it will be one dice into two dice, right? Because you can get a guard into one of these squares. So you still need to roll a bunch of dice here. I would be tagging the guards for the reason that I just said. You've tagged the tackle, but I would be tagging the guards. If you don't, I guess you can tag him there, but that leaves this guard, so it doesn't really help. Okay. So this guard comes down, and we run around the back and one dice with wrestle into two dice with wrestle, and then hopefully win the game. I guess you can move first to go there in case you snake or whatever. And I guess you can also move. But I would leave these three to react to the ball. And you can move, I guess. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You wanted him there to block up instead? I think blocking right is probably better, but up is fine. I would have, obviously the fleshy would have gone there if he hadn't tagged the fleshy. But he can reach all the way down there, so I think blocking right's probably better. But either way is fine, isn't it? Just blocking in general. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, no, 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 no. I hate moving him. What are we doing there? Why are we moving him? This wrestler could have gone there. If the ball lands in a tackle zone, you want to pick it up on the guy who can dodge back out of the tackle zone. Gets a push, gets the 2D. Gets the full pow. No steady footing, and now who's picking the ball up? It's a guy without dodge. Oh, no one. No one's picking the ball up is the answer. Thank you very much, Arifa. I appreciate it. So we're going to blitz the wolf onto the ball and see what happens, I guess. I would have much preferred just going for the 4+ pickup with the ghoul. Like, the problem with this is it's still the same 4+, right? If you hit him and it comes left, it's a 3+ pickup. Or it comes up diagonally or whatever. Like, it's still a pickup with an elf. So I would much rather have the ball in hand. And yeah, okay, you could fail the 4+ and it goes left, but you could also fail the 4+ and it goes right. So you got two attempts at a 4+. 75% of the time, it works out better for you. Oh, that 1 dice is terrible. That 1 dice is terrible. You have to re-roll that if it's a skull. And you have 1 re-roll left. Ooh. Why did we make that a 1D? We had a player who could 2 dice that day. I guess he really, really wanted to recover on him. But now what? Just straight up, now what? Like, if you're gonna make it a 1D, you have to re-roll it, right? You have to scatter the ball if you're gonna go for the big boy recovery play. You can't just eat that. Well, I mean, I guess you can, because he just did. But now it just seems like, yeah, you lose. You just straight up lose now. Oh my god! Or you could do that. You could fail the dodge, steady footing, and then also roll another 6 for the 5+ pickup. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, he even went diagonally! He even went diagonally! That's insane! I mean, this is still all the dice, isn't it? Like, this is 4 dice into 2 dice into 2 dice. This is like 8 dice. Looking for a pow, and 2 of them can take a wrestle. Fuck no, Demby. You get the follow-up with wrestle anyway. You're not going to do a 1 in 9 dodge, are you? To sack the ball here. Oh, we can, yeah. Oh, sorry, you can block with, you mean the wrestle wolf. Yeah, even more wrestle, right? Hang on, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's not even a rush. Okay, sorry. My apologies, Dembeek. Yes, you fought another 4 dice, so 6 of them have wrestle in that case. I forgot all of these players were down. I'm looking at this and my peripheral vision sees 3 elves up there. But 2 of them are just on the ground. I still don't know why Fumble don't just turn things sideways when they're on the ground. It would make it so much easier on my brain. Just straight away with the wrestle. Oh! Oh, now he has to block there. Gets the POW. 3+ pickup. Doesn't burn a reroll on it. His only one. Man, these 1 dices with him are nonsense. Oh my god, with a reroll, that's so greedy. When you have a reroll, that's so greedy. I'm going to check to see whether it is. Like, I don't think that's better. Let me find that out. So going that way, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a 3+ dodge and a 2+ dodge and a 2+ rush into a 2 dice block, needing 3 successes. So the sack, the way he went there, is 75%. Whereas if you do a 2+ dodge, 2 rushes, and a 2 dice with 3 successes, it's 80 point something percent. So it's 5% better to not do the diagonal dodge there. Which is not nothing, is it? In Blood Bowl, 5% is significant. Just because I feel like giving someone a dig, because this hasn't been the best game in the world for this. 5% is like the difference between my win rate and Mankiz's win rate. Hey. Right. So I mean, and now he just loses 89% of the time. Yeah, that should have been a 3 dice. I think you're right. Yeah, it should have been a 3 dice just in case. Not just because of quad skulls, but because of dub skulls, right? Dub skulls removing the reroll, the 1 reroll you've got, leaving you a straight handoff. So yeah, absolutely should have been 3 dice. But while that's correct, I do normally give a bit of leeway on stuff like this for the reason that we talk about a lot. It is straight up like more, some of the blood that's supposed to be power in your brain is definitely in your peen at a moment like this. where you're about to win a game against a very tough opponent. So we do let an adrenaline mistake off, but we do also say, like, take a breath, man. Just take a breath. You got, especially on fumble, right? You got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Don't just take a breath on fumble. Make a sandwich. Go outside and sunbathe. Get some vitamin D. Can't come back to a timeout. These competitions don't have timeouts. Just chill. That should have been a 3 dice block. You might think it's nothing, but it isn't nothing. Like, if he dub skulls there and then now rolls a one or a 2 there, that's the difference between an almost guaranteed win and now you have to fight out an entire drive for the draw / win. Like, it's a huge difference. And again, that's like 3% or something, right? That's straight off your win rate doing stuff like that. And he did need the reroll for the handoff. So now the huge problem is Mankiz is 1-0 down from his own drive. He's also a player down, one of his good players. I just don't see how this works. If I'm Mankiz now, so let's talk about drive strategy if this happens to you. I mean, what happened to him wouldn't happen to me, but let's pretend I was diced. And this is how it ends up. Every single turn, I'd be looking to blitz 2 dice with claw. Every single turn. It's the only way anything happens for you. Simple as that. Claw things. Remove some players. Claw things. Staggered defense and claw. It's all you've got. You have no other agency in this matchup here. The ball is going to be untouchable. And if it gets to like turn 5, because remember, you don't have to stop the score, so you can't wait till turn 7 or something. You have to actually return score. So if it gets to like turn 5 and that claw hasn't worked, then you dive to give you time to take the ball and go and score yourself. You have to dive earlier in the drive because it might not work. You need another go at it or whatever. You have to dive earlier. Okay, that is a very weird. That took him some time, and that is a very weird setup from Mankiz. It's slightly offset, but so is the rule of 4. Rule of 5, really. He's just missing the guy. And it's offset to the same side. So I have no idea what that's supposed to do. I don't like that at all. But let's see if Candlejack goes full anti-blitz defense, which he absolutely should. It's one of the few ways he doesn't win this game. Taking the blocks, not as important as not getting blitzed on. Oh, God. What in the blue fuck is that? That is atrocious. That doesn't even defend the middle. Because you just blitz this zombie and gate dodge through here. You can literally stick someone under the ball in any of these squares. I've never seen a setup from a good player that's so bad you could catch the ball behind the LOS. That is atrocious. That is so bad. That's better than this. This looks a bit like the female reproductive system setup if you had like PCOS or something. Jesus Christ, that's bad, isn't it? Holy cow, that's so bad. And not only is it bad, it's double bad because it's a terrible setup, but it also doesn't give you the LOS blocks. You don't even get anything for having a terrible setup. You're just blocking with zombies, with blockless zombies on the LOS. And for that, you have this garbage. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can literally get anywhere. This is atrocious. Blitz him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's just gate dodges everywhere. This is just 2 pluses to get to basically everywhere they could possibly reach. Holy cow. All right, so as far as Penguin Academy is concerned, don't do this. There we go. That's where your team should be. It's not hard. Awful. Absolutely awful setup. But it's not a charge. It's swelter in heat. So we get to watch the rest on a dust colored pitch. Don't know why we're not moving players here. I guess it's okay. Don't really know what this wolf is doing. He gets an immediate removal. Turns out the wolf was just moving. Shocker. Right, claw something. Just claw something, man. Oh, wait, I thought we were going for the ball. Weren't we doing that block so we could go for the ball? Like, you can still go for the ball, you just jump. Was that not the plan there? What was the point of taking that, putting players in and taking that blockless block first if we weren't going to go for the ball? Does he think the sidestep stopped that? 1, 2, 3 with a jump. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it has to be multiple threes. Oh, you can base him, though. You can base him with a 2+. And then it's just a 3+, 4+, I guess, to one dice the ball. Like, that had to have been the plan, right? I'm not insane. Like, he took this block, forgot sidestep, and then also forgot that you could jump. Is that what happened? Like, I don't understand why else you would take that block. You just blitz someone first. And then take the blockless block. Why would you do it first if it wasn't for the plan? Yeah, but this would mean he'd have to forget sidestep too. Forgetting sidestep and jump, even though jump has now been out for 6 years and 2 rule sets, seems unlikely. So I don't understand what was going on here. Okay. Well, I now feel that it was the plan. With those dice, I absolutely feel that was the plan and that he did forget jump, which seems insane. Mankiz has played Dark Elves for the last 5 years. So I don't really understand what that was about at all. But he has gone in heavy, which is fine. Feels like if you were going to roll all those dice, this guy could have gone somewhere a bit better, right? He could maybe have also based him. So, yeah, I don't really know what was going on with that turn. It does not seem like it was planned out in advance. Seems like it had a bit of a brain fart in the middle. Pushes into pushes and not a dead elf, but the POW here is a problem. And a stun. That's his Saka gone. And now this guy would have been in the way, so this couldn't happen. Doesn't get steady footing. And ends up basically with nothing. Gets the POW on him, that's nice. And a stun, also nice. But he's got no claw to blitz with now. That guy has gone into a surfable position, and then he's taken a blockless block. Not sold so far on this turn. Okay. That was the blitz? A 3+ dodge from tackle, 1 dice was the blitz? Maybe I should pre-watch these games. Steady footing, right on tackle. Get powed again. And stunned. Okay, so what do you do here if you're the High Elves? You need 2 assists to make this a block, or you use that as the blitz. The blitz is okay. You can then, the person who blitzes, if he gets a POW, can go there. That gives him a 2 dice block on him, and then he can get freed up. You can fill in this square if you want, but I don't see how you get to there. That's I guess that's a 3 plus 4 plus. No, you have to get in there to chain him into it. And then even then, it's, as you say, it's just an uphill. An uphill with wrestle and tackle, though, is 25%. It's not like it's nothing. But to get there, you have to do a 3 plus 4 plus dodge. Oh, shit, no, 5 plus dodge, sorry. A 3 plus 5 plus dodge. Yeah, it's not worth it. Nice idea, but it's not worth it. I think someone needs to base the tackle. So I would waste one of my players to base the tackle. And then maybe he's the blitz to allow him to dodge out. So he's the blitz. That frees up these two to allow this to be a 2 dice block. And if it's a POW, the kicker can go there. And that makes that a 2 dice block. And then he can dodge out and be hanging around again. Probably the best he's got for maximizing 2 dices and freeing him. I would definitely, as he's going to move forward, I would absolutely waste a player basing this tackle guy. He's such a pain in their rump. We took a block. We did get the POW, luckily, but, you know, that wasn't guaranteed, was it? Oh, if you get the POW here, though, you can put 2 assists here and claw the fleshy. Instead of dodging out, you can just blitz claw the fleshy and come out that way. I'm not entirely certain that's better. Oh god, he can't come out that way. He needs to... Oh, and he burned a reroll on it because it wasn't a POW. I don't like the plan, and I hate the reroll more. You could kill that fleshy and it wouldn't make that much difference. Because you've wasted your players down here. And he's going up to the left. He only needs to score, right? He's 1-0 up. You need your players moving up to the left. So yeah, I hate that. He didn't dodge. He didn't dodge away. He stayed there. That feels like pure tilt. Like, you absolutely dodge away there. This guy is your best hope of doing anything. You just left him jammed in here. I hate it. I hate everything about it. 1 dice POW, like a dog. Why would you do... Okay, this now feels like pure tilt. 100% tilt. You have to treat these games properly, right? You have to treat the... If you give a shit about your international team, these are the best practice games you're going to get. They're in tournament circumstances. They're against the kind of players you're going to play at Eurobowl. You can't do this. This feels like he's just not caring now because he didn't roll a POW and kill a fleshy. Could have followed them, by the way. Could absolutely have followed them. And when I say could, I mean should, obviously. Should have followed. Ugh. His block dice have sucked. Mankiz. Oh, no, not that direction. This direction. There's where you want to go. You don't want him blocking this way onto, like, 6 more dice, right? Oh, to tag one. What? No, tag one of these. I'd tag this one. He's the worst one. Ooh. Well, the pressure almost worked there. Still got the rest of the turn to go, but that was a very, very tasty 1 in 9 for a second. Oh, look, he's blitzing him with the tackle piece. Who knew that would happen? And luckily for him, that's a push. What? Oh my god, another 1 in 9. Burning through the rerolls. Okay. Ball is basically safe, right? I guess you can roll dice here. 1 dice here. Bring him around to tag the wolf. And then jump your own body and blitz from in there for the 1D. That's probably the best you're going to get. It's a 4+ jump. And then either a 4... I mean, if you roll a 1 dice POW, then it's great. But if you don't, the likelihood is... And 5+... But you're getting the 1D out of it. Everything else is a 6+ dodge. Or if you just go for the dive in, that's a red dice. So I think that's probably the best you could do. Oh, wait. Can he just go there? He can just go there, right? And then that's the one dice. No, no, because he wants to... No, it's still a 5+. It doesn't matter. If he does that, he just clears that, right? Clears the gap so that he can go there. Oops. So that he can go there, there, there. One dice. Yeah, that's the play. He goes there. He takes the 3+. Then it's 4+, 5+, 4+. I think that's right. That's what I would do. Well, he's already down a reroll, and he's gone there. He's doing the one dice, but he's doing this. He's doing what I just said, but instead of putting him there. Was it 1, 2+, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, 6, 7, 8. He would have popped dodge. But it's better because that was a dodgeless dodge and a rush. Whereas this was a dodge with dodge and a rush. So it's definitely better to have put him there. And I wouldn't have burned a reroll. A one dice POW is massive, though. Okay, so if you get the POW, you can go this way. So maybe that's what he was thinking. It doesn't matter. He can just go there, right? If you want to do it that way. If you get the POW, you can still dodge past him. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still better to have used him to go there. But now we can go this way. What? What? No, you just got... What? What? But you just did the thing to go the other way. Oh, that's so confusing. He would have failed anyway, but actually, no, he wouldn't because you cut the corner here, so that would have burnt that, and then you would have had a go. I guess if you use these dice, he would have failed anyway, but still. Oh, that was so confusing. You got the POW opening up the back way, which is easier because there's no jump. Ugh, Mankiz, man. What's happened? What has happened? Bit late. Doesn't matter. Obviously, he wouldn't have made that dodge if it mattered. Nope, fails again. It was red dice, at least this time. The ball just now needs to be out of range of this guy. Oh, wait. He could just score. Just score. I mean, you absolutely just score here, right? He can't one turn because you're Necro. If you're going for the 1-0, you stall it out, obviously, but you just score. I mean, he's too far away. So, you know, he has got a... Well, it depends. Can he get around there? He might be able to get a 1D on the ball. Maybe even a 2D. Maybe even a 2D. No, but that's a POW. If that wasn't a POW and it was blockless, remember, this wolf couldn't defend the back of the ball and there was a 2D on the ball on. So that's not great, is it? Oh, I mean, it really doesn't just... He killed himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he bases him. He rolls some 2s. And then he 2-dices the ball after he's moved into scoring range. And then he goes over there. And he goes over there because obviously he can't hand off, so he can't pick the ball up. It's one of the weaknesses of High Elves. You have to build that into your plays. If he blitzes and gets a full POW, he can't pick up the ball. If he picks up the ball, you lose. That is not normal for Elves. It's kind of weird, isn't it? That does come up quite often with High Elves. If he picks up the ball in this scenario, you lose. The Necro can just press end turn because there's nothing you can do to score. I hate this waste of a player. The players on the ground should be rolling dice afterwards. He should come up ready to get the ball. He should base right there. And these players should be... Oh, no, wait. He's dodging. I forgot. He's dodging. So that is a base. My bad. Absolutely my bad. So 3 plus, 2 plus, 2 plus, 2 plus, 2 plus. No, he moves afterwards. No, he needed to double rush afterwards to base him. I would probably have moved him as well now to base him. What? What? Going for a 1-dice 6 plus. By the way, failed the dodge and rolled the 6 on steady footing. That can't be right. 6 pluses are so bad. I don't think that can be right. Again, I'll do the comparison for you. So what he went for there was a 4 plus dodge. Into a 1-dice with 1 success. And what he could have done is a 3-2-2-2-2 2 dice with 1 success. That's a lot of 2s. Oh, I take it back. The actual 1 dice, because of those amount of 2s, is slightly better. Wow. Not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting that to be the other way around. So there we go. The 1 dice is slightly better. By like 2%. Unless I screwed something up. Well, no reason not to give him the credit for it. It's the reroll that makes the difference. It's too many 2s. Too many 2s took away the extra dice on the sack. I will say that what he should have done after this is roll dice with these players, right? It did include the steady footing, yes. I included the steady footing on the dodge, but that was for both of them, so it didn't matter. So this is a possible 1 in 9, right? I don't think there's any real way to get away from a 1 in 9 here. I mean, you can use the zombie to go there and take a 2 dice block, thus clearing this path. This one can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rush, because that makes that a 2 dice block. And it clears the path for this one to go, assuming you didn't use the reroll, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you use your reroll, right? You do rushes. And then that's a 2 dice blitz to score. I think that works out better. Obviously, if you burn the reroll, you just dodge. No, four 1 in 36s is the same as a 1 in 9. If you burn the reroll, you can dodge with wrestle and blitz, yes. If you burn the reroll on the rush. Then you just change to a dodge and blitz, because then, as you say, the ball is still on this guy. I think I would do that. I think I would do the one, because each dice feeds the next dice. If you don't burn the reroll, now the rest of the play is even more likely to happen. And if you don't burn the reroll, now the rest of the play is even more likely to happen. The second you burn a reroll on a rush, you stop making the others, because now you're playing a reroll-less turn. But you can't, or if you open with a 1 in 9, that's obviously worse than if you open with a 1 in 36 and then a 1 in 36. So you keep doing those 2 pluses, which are 1 in 36s, until you burn the reroll. That's how I would play it anyway. Wait, did I? Hang on, I might have done it wrong. 1, 2. Oh no, I done it wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter. I've done it wrong. I've absolutely done it wrong. He can't. He can only get through this square. 1. Yeah, he has to go through this square. So this means he has to follow, which changes the scenario. It changes the scenario to this being the 2+. You don't need this rush to make it a 2 dice block. It's the same 2+ regardless. So you make this 2+. That frees up this golem to go there, by the way. And base these. Especially the thrower. So that frees up the golem to go there. The zombie is the assist. This 2 dice block and follow. And then 2+2+ with him after the 1 dice here. That's the play. Slight variant because I fucked up that he couldn't go straight because he can't follow and move him. I hope you followed that at home. But anyway, that's what I would do. Zombie there. Fleshy there. 2 dice block. And then 1 dice here. And if that burns the reroll, if it's a skull, then I would blitz with the wrestle. After moving the fleshy somewhere that doesn't require a thing. Probably to there, right? To block in the thrower. The thrower is the one you don't want getting the ball. So I would probably move the fleshy to there to block him in. Because the other fleshy's behind him at that point. That's not even the 2 dice there. Oh, God, no. Okay, I hate that, obviously. That's the one way the ball ends up on the ground without them having to roll any dice. So, yeah, don't do that. Okay. And now it's over. Not very well played from either player, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. People are free to disagree. Preferably with examples rather than just disagreeing because I said something. Ooh. I don't even know why we're taking these blocks. I never really understand this. A Kaz something that matters in this tournament. If they're not, just press end turn, man. Okay. There we go. So Candlejack takes that. Possibly correctly, I think. But hopefully you like this format for this Road to Eurobowl thing, because those of you who are not interested in the tabletop or not going to Eurobowl, you still get the cast of the game, right? Rather than just a video that isn't much interest to you. You can just skip over the start. If you're not interested in Res and you're just interested in getting better at Blood Bowl, you still get the cast at the end. So I'm going to put these up as individual games. So anyone interested in taking either Necro or High Elves to Eurobowl can watch the whole video, and anyone who just wants to watch a cast of the game can just skip through the start. We'll be doing this for, like I say, most of the good races. I probably won't do it for like halflings and goblins and whatever. No one cares about them. But we'll try and find someone who's playing like, you know, all of the teams that are reasonable, including teams that you wouldn't expect, like Chaos and Snotling. Well, I guess Snotlings you would expect, but Chaos are pretty decent in this rule set. So we'll try to find some players playing those teams, good players, so the games are useful. And if we can't find good players, we'll find okay players. and do those. So we will see you in the next match. Please let me know if this is something you're interested in. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh my God, leave a comment. It doesn't really matter to me normally. I like the comments, especially if they're nice. But for this is a new thing, right? So if you are interested in this Eurobowl content, because I am going to have to pump it out really fast because people are going to need to get their teams in a few weeks. So please let me know that you're interested in this, and I will make sure that we do pump it out. Oh, thank you, Jock.